Hi guys, Fuzz here, welcome back to Final Fantasy VIII, and a few people have been saying that the in-game audio is a little bit too loud during certain parts such as battles, etc, that the commentary couldn't really be understood all that well, so I have just lowered that and hopefully it will be a little bit better for you now. So we've just finished off clearing our way through the Galbadine soldiers to the communication tower, and we're going to head up now and see what is going on. We now have Zell and Selphie in our party. And here we have Biggs and Wedge. Who don't all seem to be concerned, at least Biggs doesn't, about the fact that there's a monster just hovering above their heads. We get kind of spooky music now. Usually a sign that something good's not about to happen. One thing I do love about Final Fantasy VIII is these in-game cutscenes. I mean, the Final Fantasy series is renowned for them, of course. But here especially, I think they're just so beautiful. Bearing in mind these were rendered for the PlayStation 1 as well. Okay, so here's our fight with Biggs. And basically this fight isn't too challenging. Wedge does join up a little bit later, although I do recommend that you really just focus on Biggs because he drops a couple of elixirs at the end, which is better than than Wedge's drop. So what we're going to want to do first of all is start stocking up on Asunas. And you might consider it a bit of a downside, I know a lot of people do, that you have to spend so much time drawing magic, especially from bosses in this game, which can be a little bit daunting, but if you want to power up your team, you need to do it really. So I always set my cursor to memory in the main menu, so that then you can just hold down the confirm button as you start your session of drawing. So Wedge, you're joining soon, but I'm just going to pause the video while I start drawing Asunas. When Wedge does join, he has the Cure magic, so you can draw and cast it at the same time if you start to get a little bit low on health. And try and make sure you finish this battle with as much health as possible. Right, so I'm kind of hoping now that I've managed to draw enough Asunas between Zell and Squall to combine into 100 on at least one character, and I drew 100 on Selphie, but their magic stat was so much lower that it was a lot more hard work. Right, first thing we need to do now, because we've got this new boss in the mix, is try and blind it. And the reason we want to blind it is so that we can start drawing from it without its nasty physical attacks interrupting. The only thing is, blind's got quite a low hit chance. So we could be here for a little bit of a while. We do want to also draw Siren. I can't cast the importance of that enough. You must draw Siren. And we'll just keep these characters nicely stocked up. The other thing as well is you're going to want to try and finish this battle with Squall in critical status, which is a little bit frustrating, but it's important, and you'll see why as we move on from here. So the trick now is to blind this guy, or try and blind this guy, and then we can start drawing his other magic, which is double. And double is quite a nice ability to have. It's not the best for junctioning, but it is good for casting. You get to cast twice the magic in one turn. So we've got a few more chances to try and sort this blind out. Storm Breath can be quite nasty. It's an AoE effect. So just make sure you've got your other characters healing as well. And we'll just keep these on healing since their draw technique is pretty shocking in terms of stocking up on non-cure magics. Right, so we've hit blind. One of the good things about blind is even though it looks like it disappears when the enemy's casting, it's actually a status effect that is permanent until it's removed. And in many cases, bosses won't be able to remove it anyhow. See? It reduces their hit chance, or the person that's affected hit chance, by about 75%. And now we can get Selfie on stocking up on doubles. Just keep your other characters healed up, and then when we go for it, we'll make sure that Squall is allowed to go into critical. Okay, so now Squall is in critical mode, which means I'm going to try and cast Rentakuken. And that will actually one-shot the boss. But we do need to cure up Zed and Selfie, but we want to keep Squall in this critical status because we've got a section coming up where it's going to be super helpful. Hopefully you definitely drew Siren, because you won't get an opportunity to get Siren again now as a Guardian Force until Disc 4, I think it is. There's the 2 elixirs we get from Biggs. And then a couple of drops from Elvoret, which was the last boss we just fought. Okay, so we're going to have another time section now. We need to get to the shore. But things aren't going to be as simple as just running back, in all honesty. So we are going to have to be quick about this. And something as well that we need to realise is that the time is going to count down even when we're in the menus. And as you can see, there's going to be something on our tail. So first thing we're going to want to do is save, but before we save, we just need to quickly set up our GFs. So we've just picked up Siren, and for Siren we're going to set her to learn Life Magic Refinement. And we're going to give Siren to Squall. So Squall should have Ifrit and Siren. And then Zell will have Shiva, as long as you've been following what I've been doing. And What's-Her-Face, Selfie, will have Quetzalcoatl. Have we got any magic to stick on him? We could suppose we could just stick some Blitzergars on, boost his magic stat up. And on elemental attack, have we got any thunder spells? Yes, we want to stick thunder onto that. And we also want to make sure that Selfie, who has the double spells, has a nice Thunder spell to be able to double up and cast. So we'll just check her magics. She has Thunder. Let's just see what she's got. Thunder. Yeah, Thunder will do nicely. And she's got 46 doubles as well. Matter of fact, I'm very, very quickly just going to give her the doubles that anybody else might have. Zell doesn't have too much, does he? No. So we'll just give his as soon as to Squall, I think. I was hoping to have enough to give him 100, but 96 will do, I guess. And very quickly, we'll give the 27 doubles to Selfie there. And finally, we'll just heal up. Who's got cures? That would be Selfie. Don't cure Squall. And then save. Okay, and now we're going to encounter a different kind of boss battle. This is a giant, blooming, mechanical Galbadine arachnid. And he's going to be chasing us through the city, so we're going to be encountering him multiple times. And you don't actually have to kill him, but you can do. You can't kill him now, though, in this first battle. We're going to be given the opportunity shortly to escape, and when we do, we need to take it. So he has some pretty nasty abilities. You can actually draw Protect from him if you so forthwith. Try and get Squall's limit break to pop up here. We need to try and keep him alive as much as possible, obviously, because he's going to be the main source of our damage while he's in critical. And once the guy collapses, once the spider collapses, then we need to escape. And we need to escape before he stands back up again, because then we can't escape. And you have to escape in this first battle because the AI is such that he cannot be killed. Now we need to run and follow the same routine as we try and escape. The good news is, while he's chasing us, there's no other random battles. Now you can actually completely avoid him from this point on, but I am actually going to try and kill him, since you get a lot of good seed points. But if you want to escape him there, by the way, you just need to walk slowly. But I am going to try and kill him because you do get a lot of points for your exam if you manage to take him down. And if you've leveled up Quetzalcoatl at all, then you can certainly take the route of you know, using Quetzalcoatl with boost to take this guy out. Or you can use double with Selfie, or whoever you have that has a high magic stat, which is probably Selfie, and then cast your highest thunder spells. The trick is, you just want to try and take this guy out as quickly as possible. And since we one-shot it that time, we actually couldn't escape from it. So come on, Renzakuken. Let's just go for Thunderar. And then if need be, we can Renzakuken it again. Oh, there we go, look. Make sure you have Tornado on Squall's strength stat, or Thundergar, or just some other high level spell. Okay, and now we can escape. Okay, now we can't escape. I might actually have to heal Squall here, actually, since he's running a little bit low. But we'll try Renzakuken again. I'm going to end up killing him before I wanted to. I was going to recommend not killing him until the bridge, since enemy random encounters will be back once he's dead. But he can only repair himself a fixed number of times, you see. So maybe we can just try and take him out now while we are here. Squall might die soon. We'll see what happens. So he's back to full health now, I think. But basically, you keep beating on him, and eventually he will go down. Which is why I recommended making sure that Squall finished up in critical mode after the last boss. And down he goes again. Ah, there we have it, he's dead. You can also farm AP, by the way, because this guy gives you 50 AP when he's killed. The way you want to farm AP, if you want to do it this way, although I don't think it's really worth it with only 4 GFs, but if you wanted to. By the way, the items he drops, a random item which gives a GF a nice ability, is pretty good. Right, to save time, I'm not going to switch the Guardian Forces abilities around at the moment. Although you don't want to be escaping battles now. Yeah, so as I was saying, you ideally wanted to wait until the bridge to kill that robot, because you don't get enemy encounters while he's chasing you. But other than that, it doesn't really matter too much, in all honesty. We can just very quickly throw a heal onto Squall here, since we no longer need his limit break. And we do want to try and finish with as much time as possible. Yeah, so basically, as I was saying, he can actually drop all the plus percentage abilities for your GFs. I think we got Spirit plus 40% or something, didn't we? But if you really wanted to get one in particular, say Strength plus whatever, then you could reload your save game if it means that much to you, but I don't think it's worth it, in all honesty. And yeah, I was trying to tell you about how you could do some AP farming for your GFs. So as you saw, he gives 50 AP. So if you hit him until he goes into repair mode, and then you let him get up again, and then you put him into repair mode again and escape, you get 50 AP. And you can do that multiple times, as many times as you want. But you do end up sacrificing your time, obviously. And seeing as how we've only got 4 GFs at the moment, I don't think it's really all that worth it. But you may disagree, and if you want to do some AP farming, then that's how you do it. So we will sort out the GFs next. Wow, these random enemy encounters are coming in thick and fast. But I was going to say, we'll sort out the GF abilities when we have finished this mission. Right now, I'm just trying to get down to the bridge. Sorry, to the shore. As soon as possible. The best time you can finish on, as far as points are concerned, is 25 minutes remaining. But then I don't see how you're going to take out the robot. And he actually gives you far greater amount of points. Ah man, this is ridiculous. So every 3 steps. These Galbadian noobs are really annoyed with us right now, aren't they? Right, please just hold off a sec, will you now? So we will lose points from the time, but hopefully we've done everything else right. You don't need to, in fact you can't get maximum points in every category. But you also lose points, quite a lot of points, by escaping battles, which is why I'm not doing so. I'd rather just lose all my points in one category rather than multiple. But was about to make it across then. How silly of me. And also, you remember the dog that was annoying Cypher a little bit earlier on in the game? In the mission? We need to rescue that dog. And I think we don't need to do anything else if we defeated the boss before we get to him. He's in the town square, if you remember. But if you haven't defeated the boss by that point, then you just need to speak to the dog. And that'll just make sure you don't lose points by not helping that little fella. So this is where the dog would be. And I'll speak to him anyway, although it looks like we don't need to. Go for the draw. So because we defeated the boss, everything was fine with that. So we've got plenty of time to get to the beach in terms of actually completing the mission. But obviously I would have liked to have been able to avoid a lot of these encounters here. But defeating that robot boss isn't actually the way the game expects you to get through this section or through this part we're running through now. It expects you to be being chased by it, and you can either avoid it or not. So not much further to go now. There we go. Probably shouldn't waste precious seconds saving there, but just in case, you know, might get a game crash or something. And one of the downsides to killing that boss is you miss out on a pretty awesome cinematic. But it is worth it, in my opinion. By the way, as you're escaping, you can also hide in the pub as you go past it, but you will lose a tremendous amount of exam points, so I would not recommend that. If you're still being chased by the monster, that is, he runs past. Okay, so now Quistis has dismissed us, we are officially done with the exam, which means we can now talk to people again without penalty, and we can explore and do whatever it is that we want to do. Cypher has very graciously driven off in the car, leaving us to trek it on foot now, and fortunately we're only in Balham Town, so it's not a long walk back to the garden. But there's a couple of things that we can do while we're here, so we'll do that before heading back. But I'm going to finish off here today, folks, so thanks for joining me. And at the start of the next episode, we'll begin just by sorting out our Guardian forces, resetting them up with the next best abilities to learn, and grabbing the optional stuff in the town while we're here, and then heading on back to Balham Garden to see what's going down with the story. So I hope this has been helpful to you, I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll pick up next time with more Final Fantasy VIII. Don't forget to hit the like button if you've enjoyed this episode, and subscribe to the channel as well. Take care guys, bye for now.